That is the vision of the anarchist. It is also a boy's dream.
Hey everyone, it's Ivan at KidBadger.com, here to bring you a little primer on suppressors. Suppressors or silencers are something that fall under the NFA, which ultimately means pretty long wait time usually, like 6 months, and also a $200 tax stamp in order to take possession of it. So with that, we want to actually make sure our purchase is going to do a good job for us in all the roles we're looking for. When we're looking into purchasing a suppressor, obviously the driving force behind it is going to be the mission of it. We're going to use it just having fun at the range, going to go hunting with it, work capacity, law enforcement maybe. That is going to be the ultimate driver of where we're going with this. One of the factors that's going to drive the price is materials. Your heavier materials like stainless steel, generally less expensive, whereas your lighter materials, and ultimately a lighter suppressor, is going to be more expensive, like titanium or Inconel. Inconel is pretty much like adamantium. Crazy, super heat resistant qualities, but consequently expensive because in part it's really hard to work. Another choice we're going to have to make is direct thread versus something that attaches to a muzzle device. Direct thread is literally exactly what it sounds like. It is a suppressor that is going to thread directly onto a barrel. In this case, the host is Glock 17. Any of your pistol suppressors are going to have something back here called a booster. Basically, it's a mechanical device that allows, when you fire this, for the pistol to actually cycle and go back into battery. And that brings us to muzzle devices. This right here being a Surefire flash hider, over on this guy, Surefire muzzle brake, both of which can be used with this Surefire suppressor. Ultimately, though, your decision is going to pretty much lock you into a set of muzzle devices based on the manufacturer of the suppressor. Another decision we have to make is caliber selection. After we're spending all that time waiting and all the money we put forward, last thing we want is a one-trick pony. So I recommend people get something that's multi-caliber rated. This right here is a Liberty Mystic, and it's rated for a ton of calibers, anywhere from 22, and if you get their newest Mystic, all the way up to I think 300 Win Mag. With that, you can use it on pretty much anything. You can get a fixed barrel adapter or a booster so you can use it on pistols. Being used for 22 long rifle, there's a lot of lead that comes out and it can foul your suppressor, and so this is actually user serviceable, meaning you can take it apart and clean it, versus something along these lines, which is sealed, and you can basically push a brush through it, but that's it. For all intents and purposes, this Surefire SOCOM 7.62 Mini is basically a multi-caliber suppressor. It allows me to quickly and easily move it from host to host, this right here being a 5.56 SBR, or I can shoot off my 7.62 x 39 bolt gun or pretty much any .308 rifle. Conversely, if I'd got the Surefire SOCOM 5.56 Mini, pretty much limited to just 5.56, and with that also, pretty much there's a certain barrel length that you can shoot with it too. This opens up a lot more. Will this 7.62 suppressor be as quiet as a dedicated 5.56 suppressor on a 5.56? No, probably not. Will you notice a appreciable difference at your ear? Maybe, but probably not. The way suppressors work is generally there's a set of baffles to basically allow the gases to slow and expand. Ultimately, the larger the volume, the quieter it's going to be. So our suppressor is quiet. Can be, generally not. Hollywood has misled you. Basically, it's dependent on the ammo. Anything that's supersonic, you're still going to have that crack. So until you get subsonic, get away from that crack, you can start getting quiet. What it will do though is help kind of take the bite off of something that is otherwise really loud. Way of demonstration, put a couple rounds, throw the suppressor on, a couple more rounds. Now, a couple suppressed. Do I want to shoot that all day without ear pro? Not really, but it definitely does take the bite off, especially if you're shooting indoors, and you most certainly can take shots without ear pro without feeling like your ears are bleeding. Here with this Glock, don't have ear pro on right now. I have 2 rounds of 115 grain. It's going to be supersonic, and then 2 rounds of 147 grain subsonic. You'll notice a appreciable difference. Doesn't hurt my ears. Again, maybe don't want to shoot it all day long. Much quieter. Ultimately, suppressors do a great job protecting your hearing. I like being able to put it on this, going out hunting. Even though I'm only going to break that one shot, I'm not going to walk around deaf for like 5 minutes after that. Or operationally, being able to shoot, say, indoors and still maintain your hearing so you can communicate with your team. Lots of advantages to suppressors. Hopefully this has been helpful if you're looking at getting into them. There's a lot of options out there. As always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Disillusion youth for sure. Broken dreams in Warsaw. Where I baseball bat.